I'm here today with Randal Coleman and his son Mark Coleman. We're on their farm in Clay County at Corning. Mark and Randal, y'all have been farming for 3 generations. Mark's the 3rd generation farmer on this farm. Your dad farmed too, Randal. Tell us a little bit about your operation, Randal, what you've got here, how big and what you're farming.
Well, we farm rice and soybeans, and we usually keep it about a 50-50 rotation, approximately 1,800 acres. And like I say, we try to rotate it every other year. And I've been farming since 72. I think my dad started in about 58 in this part of the country, bought a farm, and Mark came and started helping me. What year was that, Mark?
2005.
2005. Started farming with me, and my plans are to turn it over to him, and we have started that process for the most part, and next year will be more.
I would assume that part of the good part of farming is that part, being able to work together, father and son. Can you speak to that more?
Yeah, Dad's had a lot of experience, and I get to learn from it. It helps out a lot. I couldn't have got started in the industry if he hadn't been there to help me along, get me going.
So what's 2018 been like so far? Has this been a good year? How are things going?
It's been a good spring for us. We had a good spring putting it in, and the rains have been as spotty as I've ever seen. We've not really had a general rain to cover every acre we had since back in be May or earlier.
Yeah, a little earlier.
Earlier in May, actually, probably into March. And but you know, we managed to work it in and everything, and got a good-looking crop.
For the people who are watching this who aren't farmers, what's farming like this time of year? What are you doing? Most people think, well, the crop's planted and it's growing, nothing to do until harvest time, but that's not the case, right?
No, we're running around trying to keep wells running and water. All of our ground is irrigated, so we're watering soybeans and keeping rice watered up. Most of it's starting to head now, so kind of getting ready to finish up on it.
And then harvest time comes around. What time of the year will you start doing that?
Well, back when I'll go back a little farther, how it's changed. When I started farming, we didn't have irrigated ground. We started leveling ground, and in the 80s, they started come out with polypipe. Gus Lorenzo had a verification field, and we started learning irrigation, and everybody started leveling their ground, which makes a world of difference. Back before that, I can remember Dad used to lay beans by the end of July with a cultivator, and then we'd take and work on equipment, and it was a lot easier. We didn't have as much work, but now when we get through planting, not very long, we start laying polypipe, and then we start watering, so we don't have a slack time. I mean, it slacks up some. It's not like the 14-hour days planting, but then you come back, you still got to water it, so we don't have as slack a period as we used to have.
So what's your involvement with the local Farm Bureau here? I know you, Randal, are very involved with them. Can you talk a little bit about Farm Bureau and how it's important to farmers?
I like Farm Bureau because it allows you to talk to your legislators about things that affect your farming. And I've been in Farm Bureau for several years. I've been president for 2 terms, and that's the part I like about it the most. We get together and we draw up what we think we need to do. We have our annual meeting, and we have recommendations that we show to our congressmen and stuff. And then if they need someone's opinion on it, because they can't be knowledgeable about everything, then they can call a local farmer and say, well, how will this affect you? And you can talk directly to them, and I think it's a great organization.
We appreciate y'all taking time to visit with us today and share your farm and share what you do with Farm Bureau. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.